Hi, everyone. This is Dennis Truska. When I'm not providing you with intel on veteran resources here on Check 6 Radio, I dedicate my time to helping veterans navigate the complexities of their VA rating claims. As a veteran coach for Just for Veterans Enterprise, I provide disability benefits educational services designed to give you peace of mind that your claims won't be denied or underrated. We don't just point you toward the VA, we provide a complete walkthrough from start to finish. Our mission is to educate you through every step of the application process with one-on-one strategy sessions, a 30-minute consultation to build your specific action plan, evidence review, an in-depth HIPAA-compliant review of your medical records to determine the best course of action, video telehealth, access to veteran-friendly, independent medical professionals to meet your nexus and causation needs. Don't let your earned benefits become a blind spot. Secure your future today. If you're ready to get the rating you deserve, call me directly at 301-453-7304. Again, that's 301-453-7304. Welcome back to The Formation, everyone. You're listening to Check 6 Radio. I'm your host, Dennis Truska. Check 6 Radio is a proud part of the Rad Dad Network. Whether you're a grunt on your lunch break, a sailor coming off duty, an airman doing PT, or a guardian somewhere staring at a screen full of satellites, glad you're here. Let's get tactical. First thing first, I owe you all an explanation. It's been a minute since I've been in your ears. Last time we linked up was back on May 9th, and then life, work, and the day job all decided to hit me with simultaneous flack. But I'm back, I'm caffeinated, and I'm ready to get this show back on track. Thanks for sticking around and not scrubbing the mission. Quick recon review before we push forward. Episode 1, your homework was securing the digital perimeter. VA.gov, ID.me, your DD-214, your benefit verification letter. Episode 2, we broke down the GI Bill as a career multi-tool. Apprenticeships, flight school, diving school, certifications. Episode 3, we went state by state on property tax exemptions, education waivers, and the quality of life benefits sitting in your own backyard. Episode 4, we tackled the identity crisis, translating your NCOIC mindset into a C-suite reality. If you've missed any of those, go back, embrace the suck, and catch up. This show builds on itself like a checklist, so try not to skip any steps. Today, we're finally circling back to something I promised you all way back in episode 1. Then I got distracted by shiny objects. We're talking about VA healthcare. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the topic that makes even squared away vets want to put their phone in a drawer and pretend the VA doesn't exist. I get it. A lot of you have a story. 3-hour wait, a referral that vanished into a black hole, a nurse line that put you on hold until your hair went gray. I'm not here to tell you these stories aren't real. I'm here to tell you the system has changed more than you think. And if you don't know how to work it, you are leaving healthcare and in some cases actual money on the table. Let's start with the biggest misconception out there. A lot of you think you need a disability rating to get VA healthcare. Not true. Enrollment and your disability claim are two completely separate systems that just happen to share a website. You can enroll in VA healthcare with 0% disability rating, based purely on your service history and income. So step 1, if you're not enrolled, go enroll. It costs you nothing to find out where you land. That brings us to priority groups. The VA sorts every enrolled veteran into one of 8 priority groups, 1 being the highest priority, 8 being the lowest. Combat veterans, Purple Heart recipients, former POWs, and anyone with a disability rating of 50% or higher usually land in group 1 or 2. But here's the part nobody tells you. If you served in a combat theater, you get what's called the Combat Veteran Enhanced Eligibility Period. That's 5 years of cost-free VA healthcare for anything potentially related to your service. Starting from your discharge date, no rating required. If you got out in the last 5 years and haven't touched this, that clock is running whether you use it or not. Now let's talk about the thing that changed the game, the Mission Act, and specifically community care. This used to be the VA's best kept secret. If you live more than a 30-minute average drive from a VA facility for primary care, or the VA can't get you an appointment within 20 days for primary or mental health care, or 28 days for specialty care, you have the right to see a civilian provider and have the VA foot the bill. I want you to hear that again. You do not have to drive 2 hours to see a VA doctor if the VA itself can't get you seen fast enough. The catch is you usually need the VA to authorize it first, so this isn't a free-for-all. It's a pressure release valve. Call your VA facility, ask about community care eligibility, and if you qualify, they'll get you a referral to a provider in your own town. Okay, let's hit dental, because this one confuses everybody. Full VA dental coverage is actually rare. It's generally reserved for veterans with service-connected dental disabilities or those rated 100% disabled. But there's a workaround a lot of people don't know about called the VA Dental Insurance Program, or VADIP. It's a low-cost dental insurance plan available to enrolled veterans and certain CHAMPVA beneficiaries, administered through Delta Dental and MetLife. It's not free, but it's usually a fraction of what you pay on the open market, and it fills the gap for a whole lot of vets who assumed dental just wasn't in the cards. Now let's talk about the part of this briefing that matters more than any of it: mental health. If you remember one thing from today, remember this. The VA is required by law to provide emergency mental health care to any veteran in crisis, regardless of enrollment status, discharge status, or whether you've ever set foot in a VA facility before. That is not a typo. Even if you got a less than honorable discharge, even if you've never enrolled in anything, you can walk into any VA emergency department in the country and get help. Nobody turns you away at the door for paperwork reasons when it comes to a crisis. Beyond the emergency piece, look into your local vet center. These are different from your main VA hospital. Smaller, community-based, staffed heavily by veterans themselves. And they specialize in combat stress, military sexual trauma, grief, and the transition itself. You don't need a disability rating and you don't need a referral. You can just call and walk in. A lot of guys and girls who won't set foot in a big VA hospital will walk into a vet center because it doesn't feel like a hospital. It feels like a squad bay with coffee. And if you're outside of business hours and things get dark, the Veteran Crisis Line is always up. Dial 988, then press 1. You can also text 838-255. That line is staffed around the clock, and you do not need to be enrolled in anything to use it. One more piece of intel before we land this plane. CHAMPVA. This is healthcare coverage for the spouses and dependents of veterans who are rated 100% permanent and total disabled, or for the survivors of a veteran who died from a service-connected condition. A lot of you are so focused on your own healthcare that you forget your family might qualify for something too. If you're at 100% PNT, go look it up today. Okay, let's synthesize this into your tactical drill for the week. 3 steps. Step 1, confirm your enrollment status. Log into VA.gov. Go to your health benefits page and see exactly where you stand. If you're not enrolled, apply. It takes you about 20 minutes. Step 2, ask about community care. Call your assigned VA facility or use the VA.gov messaging system and specifically ask whether you qualify for community care based on drive time or wait time. Don't wait for them to offer it. You have to ask. Step 3, save the vet center and crisis line numbers in your phone right now. Not bookmarked, not I'll remember it, in your contacts. You put it in there today while you're listening to this, or you're never going to do it. The civilian world does not hand you anything on a silver platter, and neither does the VA most of the time. There's no training NCO making sure your boxes are checked. You have to take point on your own care, the same way you took point on your own transition. This benefit isn't charity. You paid for it. Go use it. If today's briefing helped you, or if it's information one of your buddies needs, do me a favor, share this episode with one veteran in your contacts. Hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening so the algorithm keeps pushing this out to the people navigating that sea of goodwill. And check out the other shows on the Rad Dad Network. We're building something bigger than just this show. Next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the VA home loan. And I'm going to walk you through why it's the most misunderstood zero-down mortgage benefit in the country. You don't want to miss it. I'm Dennis Truska. This is Check 6 Radio. Stay safe, keep your head on a swivel, and watch your 6.